Yo, welcome to PTA Sports. I am your host, Pest the Analyst, and we are officially within week one of the NFL 2020 season. And it's an exciting time, yo. A lot of people are chirping a lot on Twitter, talking a lot of smack about their teams, talking about how their teams are going to do. And, I'll tell you what, man, I'm pretty excited too, man. I'm excited to see some Giants football. I'm excited to see what this new coaching staff can do and what this new roster can do. Yesterday, the Giants came out with their first unofficial depth chart. And I just wanted to take a little bit of time to just kind of look over it, talk about it real quick. Now, before I go over this depth chart, right? I'm going to be honest with you. This is another one of those nothing burgers, man. Because this is kind of like the basic foundation. This is the blueprint of what our lineup is going to look like, right? But I honestly think that this thing is fluid. This is like a living, breathing document. A lot of these players are going to be moving around, playing different positions, especially on defense, maybe not so much on offense. I don't take a whole lot of solace in this depth chart, but it is interesting to see some of the decisions that they made unofficially as to who's starting and who's not starting. So let's go ahead and take a look at our offense. Now, a couple of interesting things here. First and foremost, the offensive line, man. The offensive line, there's an interesting move here or there. First and foremost, man, Nick Gates is listed as a starting center. I think that's interesting. A lot of people were talking about that. We saw Nick Gates getting a lot of snaps throughout the training camp, at center. So I mean that's interesting. But we're gonna see how it goes, man. Apparently, Mark Colombo likes what he sees from Nick Gates, and they decided that he's gonna be the starting center. Cool. Spencer Pulley is the number 2. We'll see how long that lasts. In terms of the rest of the line, a lot of these moves are kind of like, I kind of knew this is what it was gonna look like. You got Andrew Thomas, left tackle. You got Will Hernandez, left guard. You got Kevin Zeitler, right guard. You got Cameron Fleming, right tackle. Hey, makes sense, man. I think that right tackle spot, man. There's still a bit of a competition there. I think between Fleming and Matt Pert, however you say his name. I'm never gonna get his name right. So that's going to be interesting. That's a position that I got my eye on, that right tackle position. I won't be surprised if they make a switch there at some point in the season. So hey, that's just kind of the way I feel. Obvious moves are obvious. Daniel Jones is a starter. Colt McCoy is the backup. A little surprised, right? Because I thought maybe Cooper Rush. But Cooper Rush is on the practice squad. Hey, no big deal, man. We got Colt McCoy back there. He's a veteran. He's been in the league for a while. He knows what he's doing. So that's that. It is what it is on that. Other obvious move being obvious. Saquon Barkley, he's the starter. Okay, Dion Lewis, and then Wayne Gallman as a number 3. I would expect this to be like Saquon is the starter, no doubt. And then that spell back, it's going to be kind of like by committee probably between Dion Lewis and Wayne Gallman. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see both of them get quite a bit of reps. Dion Lewis will probably come in and spell Saquon on like passing situations, and Wayne Gallman will probably be that power back, so to speak. Looks like they kept Eli Penny. He's going to be the starting fullback. That's fine. I've liked what I've seen from Eli Penny, but y'all know me, man. I'm not a guy that keeps a fullback on the squad, man. If it was up to me, man, I'd do like an H-back situation, keep another tight end. But hey, man, that's what it is. Eli Penny's going to be the fullback. Cool. When we're looking at the tight ends, obvious moves are obvious. Evan Ingram, he's a starter until he gets hurt. We're going to knock on wood, man. I don't want him to get hurt, man. I want him to play a full season. Behind him is Caden Smith, Levine Tolulo, and Eric Tomlinson, who just recently signed. So, we got 4 tight ends. It's obvious, man. We're going to have some heavy tight end sets, so that doesn't surprise me. Now, here's where I'm concerned, man. These wide receivers. We got Sterling Shepard. We got Darius Slayton. We got Golden Tate, all right? Looks like Golden Tate's going to probably play a little more slot, and Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton going to be our outside guys. I kind of expected that, but there's going to probably be a heavy rotation. They're going to be probably playing all over the place. Again, this is going to be real fluid. And then, the rest of our wide receiver core, this is where I got a problem, man, because this depth, man, I don't know, man. We'll see how these guys play in a rotation, man. Damon Ratley, and then another, and then we got CJ Board, right? And then Damon Ratley is also penciled in as like the slot guy, man. Look, man, we coming in here with 5 wide receivers. I know we got wide receivers on the practice squad, man, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, let's move on. We got the defense. Okay. This is where I see like a lot of fluidity, man. This is where I see a lot of people, moving around, playing different positions and whatnot, and we'll see what happens. All right. So in terms of our interior defensive line, we got Dalvin Tomlinson, right, and then we've got Leonard Williams, and then we've got Dexter Lawrence. The obvious moves are obvious, right? I mean, we knew those guys were going to be there. It looks like R.J. McIntosh is the backup for Dexter Lawrence. Looks like B.J. Hill was the backup for Leonard Williams. And then it looks like Austin Johnson is the backup from Dalvin Tomlinson. Yo, our defensive line, our interior defensive line room, man. Yo, I like our interior defensive line room, man. We got a lot of depth, and I'm cool with that, man. I'm cool with the way that's lining up. Then when we're looking at our linebackers, right? So this is interesting to me, man. For our strong side linebacker, right? That's the linebacker that's lining up over top of the tight end. That's Lorenzo Carter's job. Okay, that's interesting, man. It's interesting that they got Lorenzo Carter penciled in as the starter here. We'll see as we get closer to like probably Friday. That's when like the official depth chart will come out, and we'll probably talk about it when during the weekend review. But we got Lorenzo Carter. He's a strong side linebacker. All right, Marcus Golden is his backup with Carter Coughlin as the number 3. That's going to be interesting. We're gonna see what happens with that. On the other side, the outside linebackers is O'Shane Zimenez, Kyler Fackrell, Cam Brown. Yo, I'm good with that, man. I'm good with O'Shane getting the starting nod if that's what it's going to be, man. I want O'Shane and Lorenzo, man. I want those guys to be like our starters, and then we can bring Marcus Golden and Kyler Fackrell in on a rotation. And everybody been screwing about Cam Brown. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to see, man. I'm gonna have to see about that. So then when we're looking at our defensive backs, right? So James Bradbury is obviously a starter, right? He's the left cornerback. And then here, yeah, this is interesting, man. We got Corey Ballantyne penciled in as the right corner. That I don't know how that's gonna work, right? But we gonna see, man. We gonna see. I would have thought that Darnay Holmes would have probably been in that slot that Corey Ballantyne's in, but Darnay Holmes is penciled in as the backup to James Bradbury, and then you got Isaac Yiadom, who's the backup to Corey Ballantyne. I mean, all right, cool. For some reason, man, we got Julian Love and Logan Ryan as the number 1 and number 2 free safety. I don't buy that, man. I don't buy that Logan Ryan is going to start over Julian Love. But then again, I don't necessarily buy that Logan Ryan is going to predominantly play safety. So who knows, man? Who knows? And then Jabril obviously is our strong safety with Nate Ebner. Now, Nate Ebner is more of a special teams guy. I don't know how many snaps he's going to get playing defense, man. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised though if we see like a bunch of like multiple safety sets, right? Where we got like 2, 3, 4 safeties on the field. It wouldn't surprise me at all. So there's our base defense. Again, man, I think this is going to be real fluid. I don't think that this is a set in stone thing. I think there's going to be a crazy ass rotation between all these players. So that's going to be interesting. So obviously Riley Dixon is our punter. Obviously Graham Gano is our kicker. Looks like Riley Dixon is going to be the holder. That makes sense. Casey Keitler, I think that's how you say it. He's our long snapper. That's the guy that we got from Denver. And then this is interesting because we've got Golden Tate returning punts, right, with Jabril Peppers being the number 2 punt returner. I thought maybe we might have saw a little bit more Jabril, but Golden Tate, man, he's the Yak King, man. He makes people miss. So, hey, use his ass in punt returns. And then on kick returns, we got Darnay Holmes and Darius Slayton. I don't know how I feel about Darius Slayton being out there returning kicks, but we're going to see, man. I honestly think that, this may not be exactly who the kickoff squad is going to be, but we're going to see, man. So that right there is our unofficial depth chart. Obviously, as I said, man, probably Friday, there's going to be an official depth chart that's going to drop, and there may be some movement in it. So we just going to see, man. Again, man, I'm excited to see how this roster lines up. I'm excited to see how these guys are used. I don't expect it to be blown away by this team per se, right? But again, man, as I've always said, I just want to see improvement. So I'm excited to see what this looks like, man, and I'm excited to see the actual official depth chart a little later on in the week. So yeah, man, that's all I got for right now, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming to listen to me talk. I hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is safe. Make sure that you guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you spread the word about PTA Sports, man. And I appreciate all you guys, man. And I'll get up with y'all later. Deuces.